Good morning, Facebook. This is Lori coming to you live from Lori's Wellness Loft. And for those of you who are just joining me, I am a health and life coach. And my goal is to come on daily with little coaching gems that you can take and start applying right away to start living a happier, healthier life. So this morning when I was thinking about what topic I was going to coach on today, hello Colleen, there were two. I had two competing topics where I invite all of you as well. For those of you who would like me to coach on something that would be applicable to what's going on with you in your life right now, message me or put it in the comments below. The messenger is a better way if you don't want people to know it's coming from you. But, ask away. And today I would like you to be a little more interactive. I want to really treat this video like it is a coaching session. So for those of you who are able to grab a paper and a pen, I'm going to ask you to kind of jot some stuff down. And I want you to treat this like a session. I know a lot of people say, Laura, your message is so great, but it's a little long. Save this, or I'm actually saving all these videos to YouTube. So if you can't stay on for the whole video today, I will do a watch party later and you can always go to YouTube. So definitely stick with me. I know sometimes in the beginning it's hard to see where I'm going, but trust me, it will help you in the long run. So today it's about what's your gripe? Like what's the problem? What are you currently putting up with in your life right now that you don't want to be dealing with? Like, tell me what the situation or problem that you're having right now, or don't tell me, write it on the paper. And if you want to tell me your gripe, go right ahead, gripe away. And here's a funny story. I thought it was interesting that, when I go on, I look for interesting pictures that I could put as a teaser before I get up, and there were no pictures with gripe. But what they did have is gripe water. And I never thought about this. Gripe is about having a bellyache. Like what's making your stomach hurt right now? Like what is that ache in your core that you are dealing with and you don't want to deal with? So take a moment and jot that down. An issue that you're not happy with right now. Okay, so think about that. And a lot of people, when I ask that question, and people come to the coaching room with gripe, they come to the coaching room with problems. That's why they're here. And what I'm really good at is being able to go in and figure out what is happening with that problem and how to shift and change the situation or the way we think and feel about the situation to get a different result. So everybody wrote down a gripe, right? Are we there? Thumbs up if anybody wrote down a gripe. Number 2, I want you to write down something that you're really super proud of right now, or you're super happy about, or achievement that you have achieved that you're feeling happy about, you're feeling satisfied with. Like write something down that makes you feel good. Okay, and I'll give you a minute to write your gripe and to write your achievement or your accomplishment or something you really want and something you really don't want. If you're having trouble with this exercise, you're not alone, especially with the second part, because most people's minds don't always allow themselves to go to what's working. Our mind always wants to look at what's not working, okay? So when I start with these exercises, and when you're in a coaching class, we do exercises that are much more advanced than this, where we're really writing and really digging in, and we're doing a lot of work together. So just giving you these 2 questions, I want you to kind of realize, wow, I don't know what I'm proud of. I don't know what achievements I'm happy with, but I sure as hell know what I'm disappointed with. And if this is you, you are just like everyone else. So don't feel bad. Good morning, Karen. How are you? So for those of you jumping on late, number 1, name a problem that you are dealing with that you don't want. Number 2, name an achievement or something going on in your life that you're over the moon, happy, and pleased with. And I want those 2 things, okay, on your paper. And these are for you, not for me. And also, if this is helpful to you, please hit that little share button down the bottom and share this on your timeline so we could spread this message to everybody. As I said before, my goal is to come on live and coach for free so you can experience what it's like to have a coach, okay? All right, so why do you think you're having the first problem? So I want you to think about the thing that you're tolerating, the thing that you're not liking, the issue in your life that's like a thorn in your side. You don't want it, but it's there. And people will often come to the coaching room. And if I had $1 for every time I've heard this, I didn't sign up for this. They say, I didn't sign up for this, Lori. And I go, that's interesting. What did you sign up for? So in a person's life, when they feel that they didn't sign up for something, or when something's not measuring up to what they believe is what is going to make them happy, it falls short of what their expectations are in life. So when our beliefs of what is supposed to happen happens, there's satisfaction. When our belief of what is supposed to happen doesn't happen, there's dissatisfaction. But what if what we believe is supposed to happen, what we get as a result is so much bigger and better and greater? What happens then? We have excitement. We have a thrilling life. We have unexpected, over the moon results, and that's where you want to live. And I was thinking, when I was writing this morning, I was thinking about, do you remember when we were kids, those of you who went to Hamilton High School, Brian, how are you? When we would get our report cards, before it was A, B, C, D, when we were in elementary school, it was outstanding, good, satisfactory. And I remember like getting my first satisfactory on my report card, and I was sitting there and I'm like, satisfactory? That stinks. Like, who wants to have a satisfactory grade? Like, yeah, I did the bare minimum. I did what was required of me, but I want to know. I want outstanding. And that's what people come to the coaching room with. They come in normally with satisfactory, often below satisfactory, okay? Usually when they come in, everything is in upheaval. They're not getting what they want. None of their needs are being met, and they are frustrated. They're tired. They're anxious. They're depressed. They're in pain. There are many symptoms that they come in with. And then when we trace it back to their satisfaction with life, they're mind blown. Again, mind blown, because what I explain to people is this. In the coaching room, you're going to learn something, that your beliefs with your expectations will equal the amount of satisfaction you have in your life. So if you're not feeling pleased with the satisfaction of the results that you're getting, you have one of two choices. You can either change what you think is going to create happiness, change your story, change your blueprint. We all have these really ingrained stories in us where we believe a certain thing. And the easiest story to relate to you is, the white picket fence. And when I was a little girl, and this is the story of many little girls, I wanted to get married, and I wanted to have 2 children, and I wanted to live in a house with a white picket fence. And then you do it all, right? You actually do it all, but then there's still the now what? What else do I need? So what you are going to realize is that story or that blueprint that you've been teaching or that you've been telling yourself your entire life is supposed to shift and change. So once you achieve all of these achievements and you get to the end of it and you're at the finish line, you're like, 2 kids, check. Beautiful home with a white picket fence, check. Super husband that loves me, check. And then you go, wow, why am I just feeling satisfactory? Why am I not feeling outstanding? The reason is because your blueprint needs to change. The way that you are looking at life needs to change. And believe it or not, people, it changes all the time. Especially, amen, Brian, especially with people who are really growing and expanding themselves. I have this friend, and I don't know if I told you this story before, but I'm sure you all have this friend, that as soon as I get together with this friend, all they talk about is high school. And that's great. And I loved high school, and it was wonderful. But some people never evolve past high school. There's so much. And when you think about it, it's like I was 17. I was a child. My major accomplishments have not happened to me when I was a child, and they're still happening to me, with me to this day. I'm 49 years old, and I think to myself all the time, what am I going to do when I grow up? That's interesting. But anyway, so you can either, if you are not happy with what you are getting as your result from what your blueprint tells you life is supposed to be, okay? If that's out of balance with what you're seeing show up as a result in your life, you either have to change what you're doing. The circumstance can't always change. Here's an example. I'm the age that I am. I have my 2 children. I have my husband. I live here. Where I'm living, I'm doing this. And right now, the past of how I got to here isn't going to change, okay? My circumstance that got me here can't change. But what I can change is what I'm going to do from here on out. So if I decide, Hamilton's not the place for me, not that I feel that way, because I love you and I love Hamilton. If I decide I want to live in California and my heart is just, everything about me is about I want to live in California and I don't live there, guess what? My blueprint or my belief about what is going to make me happy in life doesn't match up to the life I'm living, I'm going to feel bad. So either I pack up and I move to California, or I change the thought and I think to myself, well, Hamilton's pretty damn cool. I love my practice. I love my family. I love my friends. I love being in South Jersey. Why not make that happiness right here? Why not create the joy that I want right here? You can do either one, okay? And I've seen people pick up and move to California and then they realize, I'm still not happy because it wasn't really what they needed. Maybe what they need is to have unconditional love, or maybe what they need is the freedom to be able to express themselves, and they feel that they can't do it here, but they can do it somewhere else where they're anonymous. So now do you see how the core reason why they felt the desire to move to California, it wasn't California, it was, if I'm in California, then I can be free to be who I am and people won't know me or judge me. Do you see how that's different than wanting to move? Brian needs a diet. That's tomorrow's call. Okay, Brian? Anyway, I'll get you a diet. So, where are we? So why don't you have it? Positive, negative. Sorry. So if you feel that you're falling short of your expectations in life, all right, so if you are really out of balance, what you think is supposed to happen isn't at all what's showing up for you in your life, you are going to have tremendous pain, tremendous anguish, and tremendous, I don't want to call it imbalance in your feelings. Your emotional center is going to be rocked. You're not going to feel good. So it's trying to bring those two together, what the life you're actually leading and what you think is going to make you happy is really important. And an exercise that I do with people in the coaching room is I say to them, so tell me, what makes you tick? What makes you happy? What makes your heart sing? Write it down. And they look at me with their pen and they go, I don't know. That's the first thing we have to figure out. Figuring out what makes you happy and what makes your heart sing and what fuels your fire and what makes you feel passionate. So if this was helpful, please drop me a 1 in the comments below. If I lost you, please drop me a comment, a 2 in the comments below. And please, if you feel that my coaching sessions here will be of benefit to your friends and family, please hit that little share button down the bottom and share this so other people can experience my free coaching. Thank you, Brian and Karen. So if you are interested and intrigued in going further, hold on, there's more. I am starting a coaching Zoom class. Okay, because a lot of people want to be anonymous in the coaching room, and that's fine. We are doing it via Zoom on October 2nd. It's going to be a 3-week coaching course where I'm going to spoon feed you how you can then coach yourself when you're by yourself and to achieve the goals that you are desiring. And guess who's teaching it with me? Mr. Christopher Flickinger. So if you are interested in joining our 3-week coaching program, it is a beginner, baby step, dip your toe in the coaching pool. We invite you to join us. And for those of you who didn't see Chris's first podcast, it is up on my YouTube channel. He is starting a podcast called Living Proof, which is going to be telling the story of how he got to where he is today. It's freaking fascinating. And I know this guy probably better than anybody. And when I heard him telling his story, I was just overjoyed with how it turned out. So we invite you to that as well. Have a happy Thursday, and I will talk to you soon.